Hello, welcome to this edition of Your City at Work. Today we're going to cover one of our larger departments, and that's the Streets Department for the City of Jonesboro. With me, I have Steve Tippett, which is the City of Jonesboro Street Superintendent. Steve, how you doing?
Doing just fine, Jack.
Tim, what's the major responsibilities of the Street Department for the city?
Our major responsibilities is drainage and just general maintenance and keeping up with the streets.
Okay. Now that's pretty general as the terms go, but that's a very large task for the city, considering the over 80 square miles worth of city limits and all the roads and ditches that are here. So that's a very broad list of responsibilities. How do you guys break these tasks up? Is there groups or categories in which people fall under?
We have different crews. We have a drainage crew, which is a major drainage crew. We have a small drainage crew. We have an asphalt crew, a weed crew, and a mowing crew, and a signal and sign crew.
Okay. Let's talk about the drainage. Obviously, that's a huge topic in Jonesboro, and you guys do a lot to help, resolve some of the problems that the city has. What types of work are these guys doing when it pertains to drainage?
Well, on our major drainage crew, we have 3 excavators. We have one that runs a shredder, one that runs bush hog, and they also will clean channels and keep the vegetation and everything cut out of the ditches where the water can flow a lot better through them.
Okay. What about the minor crew?
Minor crews, that we have one crew that works on roadside ditches, which is 2 rubber tire machines with trucks. It'll clean the roadside ditches out. And then we have another minor crew that will actually, if you have a hole in the yard where we have pipe separations, we will go in and dig them up and repair the pipes and then put the yard back as we find it.
Okay. Now, that's pretty much the main goal is just to keep the ditches clean and keep the water flowing in the direction that it needs to be going, correct?
Yes. The many of the drains that we can keep open, the less flooding we have. And hopefully the people can see in the last 3 or 4 years that we've accomplished a lot better than what we used to be.
Absolutely. Well, it's not just an overnight fix. You just can't do that.
No,
it takes time.
It takes time.
Absolutely. Now, you just mentioned of going a yard problem, somebody's yard is flooded or whatnot. Surely that brings up some issues with going on to private property. How do you guys get around the private property issue?
Sometimes we do run into problems where we cannot go on a private property unless we obtain a temporary work easement. Some places we do not have right-of-way, so we have to obtain this to where we can get in people's yard and fix our drainage pipes that goes through their yards.
And that could cause delays for the actual project, correct?
Yes, and it could cause problems also. It could cause flooding down from your neighbor.
Right. All right. Now let's be clear on the asphalt side of things. Does the city lay its own asphalt?
No, on the major asphalt, it is contracted out to the companies. It's local. All we do with our asphalt crew is we will do the plumber cuts and potholes, and if we have a street failure, just from being broke up, we will do minor patching and minor work.
Okay. Now the major work would include road construction and road overlays, correct?
Right. It would contain the asphalt company coming in and milling the asphalt off and then relaying the asphalt.
Okay. Now, surely, you're one of the larger departments in the city. Let's talk about your employees for a second. How many employees do you have, and what types of employees are they?
We have 53 employees that does the work on the street department. And we have a good bunch of guys that works, and ladies, and they're all real competent at doing their work.
Very, very skilled at what they do.
Very skilled at what they do.
Okay. Now I want to mention the new streets facilities, streets and sanitation facilities out there. I know it's a multi-department out there. What's the advantage of this new location that you guys have?
Well, one thing, we have 3 ways that we can get out. If we have an emergency, we can get to it. The facilities out at Straw Floored, it was a one way in and out. So we have the opportunity to get anywhere in town by the bypass or down Johnson Avenue to get to where we need to be.
Sure, and it also puts all of you guys in one centralized location. I know some could argue that you're already in that facility, but that's a fairly dated facility. But it puts you guys all under one roof and updated facilities, correct?
Yes, it's a real nice facility. It makes it more convenient for us to help the public.
Absolutely. What projects can we expect to see over the next 12 months?
Well, we have a major ditch project out on Limestone and Richardson is fixing to be started and completed, and it will take a month or two to get it done because it's a reconstruction of a major channel.
Mm-hmm.
We have two big boxes that's going in, one on Limestone and one on Richardson.
Mm-hmm.
So it should alleviate some of the flooding down in that area we've been having trouble with.
Okay. Anything else? Any asphalt work?
Yes, we have raised our asphalt from 500,000 to $1 million this year,
Mm-hmm.
and we have some pretty big section of asphalting to do. We have a major intersection at Main and College that we'll be doing as soon as weather permits for us to start back on it.
Okay. Well, Steve, thank you for taking the time out of your day to come sit with us and tell us about the street department. I know I am, and I'm sure all the citizens are looking forward to all the drainage work and the street projects that you guys are going to work on over the next 12 months. Again, thank you for sitting down with us, and thank you guys for watching Channel 24.